Someone asked me if, when I was preaching the gospel as a Christian pastor, did I feel on the inside that what I was preaching just wasn't quite accurate? If you don't know, I was a Christian for like 30 years. I was a Christian pastor for 6 years before I evolved out of Christianity and now have a non dualistic perspective, which is basically that all is one. We're all individual expressions of unified consciousness, spirit, whatever you want to call it. And I actually believe that this is the true teachings of Jesus once you see the teachings through the mythological framework and then you see the symbols that reveal the higher truth. There's the context. Did I realize or did I feel on the inside that when I was preaching that something was off? No. 100% no. When I was a Christian, I was like a hardcore Christian. I would like preach and teach Christian apologetics and like why I so wholeheartedly believed that Christianity was the single objective truth of the entire universe. What ended up happening was once I started to explore some really difficult questions that I was having, this was after I had left my time as a pastor. I started to ask really hard questions and really contemplate hell and the moral intelligibility of there being an eternal hell. How do you reconcile an eternal place of punishment with a God of infinite love and grace? And the more that I explored that rabbit hole, the less I could hold this truth of Christianity. I never wanted to leave Christianity. It was purely just an exploration of this idea of how there could be an eternal hell. And my answer to that, how there could be an eternal hell, my answer to that for the longest time was free will. God loves us so much that he gives us the opportunity to love or reject him. But the answer just didn't seem to cut it anymore. And now I realize that free will, while it is an illusion within this realm of duality, but our experience of free will is really our choice to choose the higher states of consciousness or the lower, to choose a life of love, joy, and peace, or to choose a life of fear and grief and shame and anger and all the lower levels of consciousness. That's for an entirely different video, though. No, I did not ever feel doubt when I was preaching the gospel as a Christian pastor. The doubts crept in later and I explored them, and that eventually led me out of the Christian faith.